March is one of the best times to visit Japan. Beautiful cherry blossoms, amazing food, and you can even still enjoy snow. It's truly a magical month. But here's the thing. Many travelers make common mistakes that lead to catching cold or getting exhausted from the crowd. In this video, I will cover the temperature and the crowd levels in March, when and where you can see the cherry blossoms, local recommended spots, and important tips for traveling Japan in March. Hey everyone, I'm Yohei! We at Howzit Japan have guided over 700 international tourists. We made this video based on that experience, so you definitely don't want to miss this. Let's go! First, let's talk about what to wear. You might think spring means warm weather, but March in Japan, especially in Tokyo, can still be surprisingly cold. For example, in Tokyo and Kanto area, the average daytime high in early March is around 13 degrees, while nighttime lows drop to about 5 degrees. As the month progresses, it gradually warms up. By late March, daytime temperatures can reach around 16 degrees, and on warmer days, even 18 degrees. However, once the sun sets, temperatures often drop below 10 degrees, so you can't let your guard down. Meanwhile, Osaka and Kyoto in the Kansai area follow the similar patterns but tend to be slightly warmer than Tokyo. In early March, daytime temperatures are around 14 degrees and night around 6 degrees. By late March, daytime temperatures can reach 17 to 18 degrees, giving you an earlier taste of spring. However, since Kyoto is in a basin, mornings and evenings can be quite chilly, sometimes dropping below 5 degrees in the early morning. The key isn't what to wear, but how to layer. Since there is a big temperature swing throughout the day in March, I recommend an onion-style layering. You know, like layers of an onion so you can adjust easily. For example, start with a heat-tech or thermal-based layer. Add a long-sleeve shirt or thin sweater on top. Finish with an easy-to-remove jacket, like hoodie, light-down jacket, or thin coat. You can take off your jacket when you are indoors or during the warmer afternoon, and put it back on in the morning, evening, or when it's windy outside. This way, you will handle the temperature changes with ease. Honestly, the wind in March is cold and dry. So personally, I wouldn't want to go outside without scarf. There are even days when gloves or ear warmers come in handy. Here's what you will be glad you brought for a March trip to Japan. Number 1. Cold medicine. You can buy it in Japan, but just in case you get sick from the temperature changes, many travelers do catch colds from this. Number 2. Masks. This is actually cedar pollen season, so masks help with allergies and also keep you warm. In spring 2026, Eastern Japan is expected to have higher than average pollen levels, so be careful. Number 3. Comfortable walking shoes. You walk way more than you think while sightseeing. For moms too, sturdy footwear like sneakers is recommended. With these items prepared, you should be able to move around actively without suffering from the cold or pollen. Even if you don't have pollen allergies, Japanese spring pollen can be intense enough to make international visitors sneeze. Layer up to stay warm, but make sure you can easily remove layers. That's how you will comfortably enjoy March in Japan. When we talk about March highlights in Japan, it's definitely cherry blossoms. Hanami season, yay! Cherry blossoms in 2026 are expected to bloom slightly earlier than usual. According to the forecast by Japan Weather Association, Tokyo blooming starts around March 20th, with full bloom around late March, around the 27th. Nagoya also around March 20th. Kyoto around March 25th. The Kanto and the Tokai regions are expected to bloom around 4 to 5 days earlier than average. This is due to warmer temperatures from winter into early spring, which has accelerated cherry blossoms growth in eastern Japan. Meanwhile, western Japan, like Kinki and Kyushu regions, is expected to bloom around the usual time. In short, the 2026 cherry blossom front will move quickly through eastern Japan, and you will be able to enjoy the cherry blossom across much of Honshu by late March. The essential part of enjoying cherry blossom is Hanami, flower viewing. During blooming seasons, famous spots in Tokyo like Ueno Park, Shinjuku Gyoen, and along the Meguro River attract massive crowds. In parks, people lay out blue tarps to claim their spot and enjoy picnics with lunchboxes and drinks from early afternoon. On weekends, places like Ueno Park get so crowded that even walking is difficult. It feels like a festival atmosphere. At night, the trees are lit up and many people buy food from street vendors while enjoying the night cherry blossoms. It's a truly Japanese spring experience. However, the downside is that famous hanami spots are packed everywhere. In Tokyo, places like Ueno Park, Chidori Fuji, Asakusa area like Sumida Park, Meguro River, Yoyogi Park, and Shinjuku Gyoen. All of them are absolutely packed with tourists and locals during cherry blossom season. You might end up saying, I came to see the cherry blossom but could only see people's head. If it were me, I'd skip those super famous spots and find quieter riverside areas or local parks to relax and enjoy the cherry blossoms. For example, in Tokyo, Asukayama Park, less crowded than Ueno and beloved by locals by the cherry blossom spot. Shakuji Park. Cherry blossoms bloom around the pond and you can even rent a boat for hanami. Those spots might not be as Instagram famous, but with a viewer crowd, you can actually spread out a picnic blanket and relax. Cherry blossoms are beautiful no matter where you see them. So avoiding the crowd and finding your own perfect spot is definitely worth it. Another way to enjoy cherry blossoms 120% is to go early in the morning. Shinjuku Gyoen right when it opens or along the Meguro River around 7 to 8 a.m., you will find sparse crowds and can take photos or stall in a peaceful atmosphere. Also, just going on the weekdays makes a huge difference with crowds. On weekends and holidays during cherry blossom season, flower viewers come from all over Japan. So if possible, visit famous spots on weekday mornings. Additionally, various locations host Sakura Matsuri, Cherry Blossom Festival, and nighttime illumination in spring. For example, boarding at Chidori Fuji in Tokyo, the Hirosaki Park Cherry Blossom Festival, or night cherry blossoms at Maruyama Park in Kyoto offer magical, perfect local Japanese experiences. Just remember, nights are cold, so don't forget your warm layers. Are you worried about the first trip to Japan? Concerns like, can I efficiently sightsee without knowing the area? What about language barriers or complicated train transfers? If so, our Howzit private customized tour is perfect for you. We offer private tours with dedicated guides in Tokyo and beyond, tailored to your preferences. If you want to efficiently explore Tokyo's highlights or experience local spots and foods that aren't in guidebooks, please consider our services. Let's enjoy Japan together. Check out the link in the description for more details. Beyond cherry blossoms, March in Japan offers diverse activities. As a transitional period from winter to spring, some areas still feel like winter while others are warming up, giving you tons of different ways to enjoy your trip. Wait, winter sports in spring? You might think. But in northern regions and mountain areas, many places still have top season conditions in March. For example, Rusutsu Resort in Hokkaido regularly gets fresh snow even in March, with cold temperatures maintaining excellent conditions. Ski resorts like Shiga Kogen in Nagano and Kagura in Niigata operate into April and beyond. Plus, March slopes are less crowded than January to February and tend to have lower prices. It's actually a hidden gems time. The weather warms up a bit too, so you can enjoy skiing in spring sunshine without bundling up too much. Strawberry picking is a classic Japanese winter to spring activities. In March, farms across the country offer all-you-can-eat perfectly ripe strawberries. Inside greenhouses, you can pick strawberries and enjoy them on the spot. It's super popular with family with kids, and you get to enjoy seasonal fruits surrounded by sweet fragrance. Even near Tokyo, areas like Chiba and Tochigi have strawberry picking spots, perfect as a half-day activity during your trip. In the still chilly March weather, warm street foods hit differently. In Tokyo, you can enjoy fresh seafood and tamagoyaki at Tsukiji Outdoor Market. In Osaka, grab popping hot takoyaki at Dotonbori. In northern regions, try Sapporo's miso ramen, or in Fukuoka, enjoy tonkotsu ramen from street stores. Regional comfort food warms you from the inside out. Walking around and sampling local specialties little by little will satisfy both your stomach and soul. Tsukiji's outdoor market opens early in the morning and it's bustling with tourists enjoying seafood bowls and grilled skewers. The outdoor market is still thriving and full of energy. Early spring in March is actually perfect for hiking. The freezing cold and deep winter has eased, but it's not summer hot either, and the clear air offers great views. Around Tokyo, you can enjoy light hiking at Mount Takao or Mount Mitake, with trails where you might catch early blooming cherry blossoms and plum blossoms. Mountain areas may still have snow, but that means you will encounter beautiful melting landscapes and early spring wildflowers. In late March, plum blossoms fade and pre-greenery mountains gradually change color in refreshing ways. Waterproof hiking shoes are ideal, but for casual hikes, sneakers work fine. Dress comfortably and enjoy spring nature to the fullest. Soaking in the outdoor bath in the cool March air is a special March luxury. Hot springs that warm your body after a cold winter feels incredible. And stopping at onsen while following the cherry blossom front north is also recommended. In places like Nagano or Yamagata that are still chilly, you can enjoy snow viewing baths. And even near Tokyo, famous hot spring town like Hakone and Kusatsu around. After moving actively during the day, relaxing in the hot spring at night is part of the spring travel experience. In hot spring towns, strolling after your bath while wearing yukata and haori has its own charm. One last thing to remember, you can enjoy spring even without cherry blossoms. Actually, in early March, plum blossoms bloom across various locations, heralding spring's arrival. Viewing plum blossoms in gardens filled with their sweet fragrance is wonderfully atmospheric. Also, because it's still a bit chilly, the comfort of hot springs really stands out. Enjoy your trip with activities unique to March, when spring and winter coexist. Finally, let's talk about what you need to know about crowds and strategies for planning your March trip to Japan. Watch out especially for late March, spring break season! In Japan, schools have spring breaks from late March to early April when student and family travel peaks. Places like Tokyo Disneyland, Universal Studio Japan, and tourist destinations in Kyoto and Nara get incredibly crowded. In fact, March is considered one of the busiest months of the year, with theme parks seeing long lines for entry and attractions. Cherry blossom spots are the same. Weekends everywhere are packed. If you are traveling during this period, definitely book and plan as early as possible. First, accommodations and reserve seats on bullet trains or express trains. Book them right now! Especially in late March to early April, bullet trains fill up with people going home or traveling, and reserved seats can sell out over a week in advance. On the Tokaido Shinkansen, reserved seats during the peak season are a battle, and unreserved cars get so crowded that standing passengers are common. Booking seats in advance makes your travel stress-free. Also, hotels in popular cherry blossom areas fill up early, so reserve as soon as your dates are set. Early booking is often cheaper than last-minute booking too. One strategy to avoid crowds is to shift your travel date to mid-March if possible. Before peak spring break, early tip mid-March sees some traffic from graduation trips, but nothing like late March. Also, if you can adjust the schedule, take advantage of weekdays. For example, Disneyland is relatively less crowded on weekdays, though popular attractions still have waits, and weekdays just before spring breaks are ideal timing. For travel days too, weekdays are less congested than weekdays on both bullet train and highways. Just working your schedule to avoid peak crowds makes a big difference in travel comfort. Also, if you are worried about the language or navigation, using the private tour guide I mentioned earlier is a great option. Many booking sites offer English support, and recently station and the tourist facilities have improved signage for international visitors. Smartphone map apps like Google Maps are super useful for transit directions too. With proper preparation, your March trip to Japan will be an amazing memories. Take care of cold weather prep and planning, and fully enjoy the unique spring charms of Japan. Also, if you are interested in your private tours, check out the description below. Let's enjoy Japan together! Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you out. See you in the next video. No. See you in Japan! Howzit!